Hello, my name is Jackson Drumgoole, founder of Drumgoole Family Initiatives. There are over 400 youth in foster care in this region alone. Studies show that close to 46% of former foster children will become homeless by the age of 26. Our mission is to assist 18 to 25-year-old youths aging out of the foster care system reach their full potential by providing a safe, affordable housing opportunity and life skills training. 71% of young women who are in foster care become pregnant by age 21. 80% of youth in foster care develop some form of mental illness due to trauma and adverse childhood experiences. It is also estimated that 60% of child sex trafficking victims have been within foster care. And it's even worse in the greater Augusta area, at 75% or higher. Our vision is to see every young person in a safe, secure, and stable and supportive environment, transitioning successfully into adulthood. And we believe that the Bridge Builder community is the solution. With help from you, our community partners, the Bridge Builder community will provide an ecosystem and community of care through safe, affordable housing, educational opportunities and certification completion programs, mental health counseling, job training, structured human services and social support systems, in addition to life skills training necessary for a successful transition into adulthood with permanent connections to a community that they can call their own. Will you join us on this journey in changing the trajectory of the lives of our most vulnerable youth in our community? Together, we can make a difference.
Hello, my name is Jack. I'm 24 years old, I'm an officer in the U.S. Army, and I'm about to graduate with a master's degree in applied mathematics from Johns Hopkins University. And someday, I hope to get my PhD. When meeting someone for the first time, I hope to come across as a well-adjusted, educated, and vibrant young man. I hope to look like the kind of man that belongs where I am today. But knowing my backstory, I'm fortunate to be anywhere. Throughout my adolescence, I faced adversity that no child should face: abandonment, physical and mental abuse, and a fundamental breakdown of trust between my biological mother and me due to her addictions. Because of this, I was forced into adulthood sooner than anyone should be. Most people in my situation end up down a dark path of self-destruction. I was one of the lucky few to make it out, and here's why. I could cope with this trauma through a core group that cared for me and helped me develop the skills needed to confront and grow from that trauma. Extracurricular activities at school, teachers, other family members I could contact, and personal friends stepped in to care for me when my biological mother couldn't. These people became my family, culminating in my adoption at 17. With this core group of family support, I was able to have a more graceful transition into adulthood and develop a safety net that never existed before. I now had a network of mentors, advisors, and family that I learned to trust and grow with. Since then, with their support and guidance, I have been one of the less than 3% of at-risk youth to earn a college degree. I beat the odds not to be a part of the 25% of at-risk young adults incarcerated and avoided the 33% drug and alcohol addiction rate. I was lucky. Many at-risk youths do not get the support that I did. Bridge Builder Communities is working to support at-risk youth in Augusta by providing safe, affordable housing and life skills to create a safety net and to adulthood and provide tools for a successful life.
Our vision is to see every young person in a safe, secure, stable, and supportive environment transitioning successfully into adulthood. And we believe that Bridge Builder communities are the solution. With help from you, our community partners, our Bridge Builder communities will provide an ecosystem and community of care through safe, affordable housing, educational opportunities and certification completion programs, mental health counseling, job training, structured human services, and social support systems, in addition to life skills training necessary for a successful transition into adulthood, with permanent connections to a community that they can call their own. Will you join us on this journey in changing the trajectory of the lives of our most vulnerable youth in our community? Together, we can make a difference.
Please consider supporting the Bridge Builders community to help support other at-risk youth like myself. Thank you.
Hello, friends and family. I am so excited to be here with you today. I am Pastor Daniels of Pastor Productions, and I am here with Jackson Drumgold of Bridge Builders Community, and we are celebrating the birth, the vision of the Bridge Builders Community, and we're raising funds so that we can help build these tiny homes in our community. So, Jackson, tell us about this telethon, the purpose and the vision behind Bridge Builders Community.
Oh, thanks so much, Pastor. So, first of all, thank you so much for jumping in here with us tonight. So we're building the first tiny home community here in Augusta for youth aging out of foster care. We're building 25 tiny homes in a 3,600 square foot community center for youth who have aged out of the foster care system. What happens is typically when youth age out of the foster care system, 45 to 50% of them become homeless almost instantly with no supports as they transition. So we want to be able to provide that scaffolding and that support for them so they can transition successfully into adulthood.
That is amazing. I know that you want to be part of it. I am a part of this event, and what we're going to do tonight is going to change the trajectory of our community. So, how can they get Jackson?
So tonight they can hit the link below. Our goal tonight is $250,000.
$250,000. We can do this.
We can do this. So just hit the link below. And again, thank you so much for jumping in tonight. We look forward to seeing you later.
Absolutely. Listen, we're going to be here tonight. We're going to have an amazing time. Get your barbecue, get your brew, and join us for a night of celebration and philanthropy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Meal that has been provided. At this time, and without further ado, I would like to call to this stage the founder, the executive director, the visionary, Dr. Jackson Drumgold. You guys give a warm round of applause. The wonderful, the phenomenal visionary of the Bridge Builder Communities. Some know him as Dr. Jackson. I know him as Uncle Jack. So, how are you this evening?
Doing well. Let me try to get this microphone going here. Doing outstanding. So happy everyone's here tonight.
How are you feeling? You have done some amazing breaking work to establish a historic tiny homes community in the CSRA. Talk to me about the vision for this initiative.
No, the beautiful thing about it is the city of Augusta coming together for a cause that's bigger than all of us.
Right? Yes.
We're wrapping our hands, wrapping our arms, our hearts, what I like to say, our head, heart, and hands around the work. And so just honored to be a part of this mission.
Talk to me about the young adults that are aging out of foster care and why these communities are so needed.
Great question. So let's just start real quick with about 7,800 of those 8,000 are in foster care, right? So when kids age out of foster care, stats say that about 80% of them have some form of mental health illness due to adverse childhood experiences. If you can imagine just being displaced over and over and over again without supports.
Absolutely.
That's one thing, right? The second thing, so 71% they say of the young women that age out of foster care become pregnant by the age of 21. 46 to 55% of the kids that age out of foster care become homeless almost instantly. Again, when they become homeless almost instantly, it's zero supports. I'm a father of 5 amazing children.
5, wow.
Wow. Yeah, wow. You're gonna
Father
give me,
Abraham.
You're gonna give me. You're gonna give me the wow.
We're serious. Father Abraham.
Wow. Look at that. And my beautiful bride over here.
Where's the bride?
She's over here.
Hi. Can I also acknowledge my husband? I would love to acknowledge my wonderful husband who is unable to be here because I haven't met him yet. But it's okay. It's okay.
I love it. But he's coming.
He's coming.
He's coming.
Oh, right around the corner.
Right around the corner.
I hope he gets
coming on a Honda.
You're going to have to make sure he got gas to come out here, though.
But I tell you, like I said, when kids age out, they age out without those supports. And they're alone. no supports. Can you imagine that? Like I said, I referenced my 5 children because I could not imagine launching them out into the world without the necessary life skills training, being able to advocate for themselves, knowing they had someone they could reach back and call if they had an issue, and just launching them in the world. That would scare me to death. I know where I was at 18 years old.
Absolutely. And you talked about those adverse life experiences.
Yeah.
And when we talk about those different experiences, it could be related to trauma. It could be that they were put in the foster care system as a result of maybe one of their parents being,
Right.
maybe being deceased.
Yep.
Also, some of our foster care youth have been removed from their home due to various types of abuse, such as sexual abuse, physical abuse,
Exactly.
and other psychological abuses. And so these are things that will impact their ability to succeed if they are not being treated, even with mental health services. So you
Absolutely.
talk about some of the life skills trainings that these young adults will receive. Can you talk to us more specifically about some of these trainings and other benefits of being part of this ecosystem?
So, great way. So that's what we call it. We call it an ecosystem of excellence in our community of care that we're putting together, right? And so our mission at Bridge Builder Communities is to provide safe, affordable housing and life skills training necessary for a successful transition into adulthood. Now, our mission strictly is to provide the safe, affordable housing. The beautiful thing we have here in the state of, in Augusta, Georgia, we have some amazing nonprofits doing some incredible work.
Yes,
So the last thing we want to do is recreate the wheel.
absolutely.
So we tap into some of our strategic partners who are here in this room tonight. We're talking about Medical Associates Plus and those guys who are providing everything from dental to dermatology, mental health and medical services. Those are one of our strategic partners. Other mental health agencies that have come alongside us, okay? Life skills training, financial responsibility, fiscal responsibility courses that we have. Again, everything that your child would need to launch into the world. The second thing, the most important thing, is the economic piece,
Yes.
the work. We have some amazing partners here, and I'm gonna shout out my man Kenny Hanna, right, from Chick-fil-A. Kenny, when we told him about what we were doing, he said, "Jack, yeah, give him a round
yes.
of applause."
When you have Chick-fil-A on
Chick-fil-A,
board, oh, that's huge, because Chick-fil-A
Augusta
chicken is close
Exchange,
to Jesus.
come on,
That's
man.
Jesus chicken right
That
there.
is the Lord's chicken.
That is the Lord's chicken, and there is no one greater than Chick-fil-A Jesus chicken.
Come on, nothing better.
Nothing better. Go to the one on the Augusta Exchange, not the one on Peach Orchard Road. That's the one that's the one that he has. No, we're not. There is no comparison, but we want to support him because he's supporting us.
Here's what he told me. He said, "Jack, we'll hire every kid you got."
My God.
That makes a difference. Somebody give that a round. Somebody shout out. That makes a difference. He's been there for the whole ride, for the entire ride, and that makes a difference. We know that we have those youth they'll live in our organization, they'll live in our community, but they'll also have a place to work where they know they're going to get the mentorship. They're going to have somebody who cares about them, somebody who's going to come along and say, "Hey, well, how's your day going? How's school? What's going on at home?" Really, and care.
So will there be adults and mentors or staff within this community 24 hours a day?
Absolutely, absolutely. So it's a secured environment, gated community. We'll have our care managers. We call them our success managers. They're on property. We have an executive director there all day long who's running the programming, and we're super excited about it. Super excited about it. Again, we're signing MOUs every day with amazing organizations here in Augusta, memorandums of understanding, memorandums of agreements, to ensure that we have the scaffolding and the support necessary for the success.
Absolutely, that is important. And I hear that you also have Augusta Tech as a partner as well.
Oh man, so super excited about
That is
Augusta
amazing.
Tech again providing. Here's a beautiful thing. Governor Kemp put into legislation, I think a few years ago, that every child that comes through our program or just any foster care program gets free education up to, I think, an associate degree, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. And Dr. Jermaine Worrell has been an amazing friend to our destiny.
He is a great guy.
He's a great guy. He's great. They've set a counselor there specifically for this population. They have vouchers for transportation to help them get back and forth to school. So again, removing every barrier possible.
You guys, come on. Can we all get behind this right now? Right now. If you don't want to give to him, cash at me $50, okay? I'm going to give it to the Bridge Builders community. But seriously, how can other community leaders, community organizations, as well as other stakeholders support this community, even if it's not monetarily?
Yeah. So I like to say you need inspiration, you need administration, and you need legislation, right? So we can provide as much inspiration as possible here in this space. We always need administrative help. We need monetary help, definitely, absolutely. But we need the legislation to make sure that it's supported, and our politicians are doing an amazing job. And Jordan Johnson has been a phenomenal friend. Francine Scott's phenomenal friend. Stacey Pulliam, phenomenal friend. So again, we have those individuals that are coming alongside us to help us. I would say just honestly, just continue to show us love.
Absolutely.
Continue to find other partnerships that we can develop with here in the area.
Can you tell us the approximate cost for each tiny home to be built?
Each tiny home is about $50,000, right? At retail, $50,000 to build. And so we're planning on doing 5 pods of 5, 25 tiny homes, a 3,500 square foot community center on 3-acre plot of land. That's the goal. $250,000 tonight is the goal.
So can an individual person sponsor a home?
Individual person, a business, a company, a group of people, and put their name on the home. Absolutely.
Awesome. Before we segue, can you tell our viewers what website and link they can go to find out more about the Bridge Builder Communities initiative?
Sure. bridgebuildercommunities.org.
All right. Thank you so much. Please make sure that you take the time to go to bridgebuilderscommunity.org, learn more about this initiative, and support these wonderful youth who will go on to change lives. Was that a commercial?
I want to bring Joe up here for a second. Is that
Where's
possible?
Joe?
Can I bring
Uncle
Joe up here?
Joe. Where's Uncle Joe?
Bring Joe up here.
Oh, Joe.
I want
Joe's
Joe to
sitting there
talk
right
about.
in my face. Hey, Joe.
I'm going to scoot over here, Joe. Here you go.
Hi.
Hey, Joe. How are you?
I am great. I hope everybody else is.
I think they're great. You
Yeah.
guys, we have so many members and community leaders that are serving on this wonderful board. Talk to me about why you became involved with this initiative.
Well, Jack and I met at a leadership conference about 2.5 years ago. He had a need for some architectural services. It sounded like a great thing to do. And we started pushing this rock. And now the rock is rolling and it's gaining momentum. And we're running, trying to catch up with it.
Oh, absolutely.
Things are going great.
I feel like you was about to say you're part of a band, but you were saying the rock is rolling. Okay, I get it. So are you going to provide services, or are you be providing monetary donations? Because I think sometimes we think that we have to provide money. But what about if I'm a licensed therapist and I want to provide counseling services as my way of supporting the initiative? Is that something that others can do in terms of just doing services?
It sure is. Let me give you a long answer for that. Let me throw a couple of facts and figures at you, because I'm a facts and figures kind of guy. Hopefully there's some other facts and figure people out there too.
All right, we have any facts? If you're a facts and figure person, I just need you to just raise your hand right now.
Yeah, there we
Facts
go.
and
I see some
figures.
waves. I see
Facts
some
and
waves.
figures.
Good. How are we going to meet this challenge? We have 3 acres on Mary Street. We're putting 25 tiny houses on them. They're organized in groups of 5, pods of 5. So there's a little community of 5 tiny houses with some great spaces in between. There's some images on the screens around you. You're going to see some of that stuff. The spaces support there. There's some administrative space for sure, but there's also some classrooms, some teaching kitchens, a clothes closet if there's a need for that kind of situation. Also a food pantry in case somebody gets into a situation. And so you can see we are furnishing each tiny home. So when our residents move in, they're coming and they really need nothing. They're going to have all the furniture, all the bed, the chairs, the table. It's an efficiency apartment, about 320 square feet each, like a size of a 1.5-car garage. And when they leave, when they graduate from Bridge Builder Community, they're going to take everything in that unit with them to start their new life everywhere, and we'll just reload.
That's
So
amazing.
yes, you can see that there's many, many, many places for people to help participate.
Oh, I love that. So, talk to me in terms of when we think about bridging the gap and we think about the bridge builder community. And this question is going to just think from your heart. What does the bridge mean to you? What does it mean to be a bridge? Because all of us can serve as a bridge.
Well, these youths that have come to us have been shortchanged a little bit in their life. And they need some skills to be able to go out and be the best them that they can be. And that bridge is what we're here to do. We're here to help them cross that bridge, give them the skills that they need so they can be the best them.
I love it. You guys give it up again for Joe. Jackson, you're not off the hook.
Oh,
What's
my
the bridge?
God.
Tell me.
Oh, my
Okay,
God.
so you're just going to leave Joe?
Yeah, Joe's gonna walk off.
You're just going to leave.
Joe's gonna walk
Y'all
off.
say bye to Joe, because Joe said bye to us. Bye, Joe.
Thanks, Joe. And I want to let everybody, we do have the live cast going on tonight, so we are live, guys. We're hot. We're hot. Yep. So go ahead. What's the question?
Talk to me. What does it mean to be a bridge builder? Because you're building a community, but what does it mean to be a bridge builder as a servant?
Yeah. It means planting a tree under which the leaves I may never enjoy the shade.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
It means that I'm doing something right now for a long-lasting legacy.
Absolutely. Well, thank
Yeah.
you so much for sharing your vision with us. We stand behind you 100%.
Oh, thank
We
you.
are so thankful for all of our community partners, and we've already had a tremendous amount of support. And I want to take this moment to highlight some of our existing sponsors. And so give me a minute. I thought I had all these cards together, but if you don't mind holding this for me.
Where's your security?
To,
Security, you mind if I hold this?
Where's security?
Security?
Where's security? Come on,
Security.
security. Y'all give it. Yeah, come on, security. Come on. Look at him. Look at him. He's so sweet. Y'all give it up for security.
It's okay.
It's okay. Okay. Hold it right here, okay? Don't get carried away. So our existing strategic partners are CareSource, Goodwill Industries, Herbert Homes, Habitat for Humanity, Chick-fil-A Augusta Exchange, where the chicken is straight from Jesus. We have Pivot, Resource Augusta, Budget Blinds of Grovetown, Recurring Marketing, Augusta Locally Grown, Community Foundation, Rising Chiropractic, Families for Families, Medical Associates Plus, Better Choices, McMillan, Paston, and Smith Architects, Walton Options for Independence, Billy Beasley Homes, Living in Purpose, Golden Harvest Food Bank, Augusta Tech, Restart Augusta, and Black Farm Market. Give it up for all of our existing partners.
Absolutely.
Woo,
Absolutely.
awesome. I said all of that in 2 breaths. Give
Look
it
at
up for
yourself.
me. Got to go back and do my yoga or something because I'm giving out a breath too fast. So are we ready to go to our special guest? Thank you so
I'm
much.
so excited about that.
Thank you, Monty. He's our church deacon and also serving as my assistant and security today. Monty, give the people just wave at him, Monty. Right now, he's a little upset because he's not getting paid, but all is well. We are all here to serve, and you will get Cash App this evening, so just be patient with me. So thank you so much. I appreciate you for taking the time to share your vision, and we are currently accepting online donations, so please give from your heart. Remember, you can sell your home, you can sell your house, you can sell your organs. We are going to make sure all of these tiny homes come to pass.
Don't sell any organs.
Sell everything.
Don't.
Yes, if you really care, sell everything.
Don't sell.
Okay. Okay, at this time, we're going to welcome our special guest. She is a true champion for our cause. Please welcome Shandy Rice from Oklahoma's Tiny Home Community. Hello, Shandy. Thank you so much. Y'all
I don't
give
know
it
if
up
I
for
can hang with you.
Yes,
I'm
you
not funny
can.
enough.
Y'all give it
I
up for
gotta-
my white cousin. Isn't she beautiful? We're all family. Don't even worry about the skin pigment. But Shandy Rice works for Pivot in Oklahoma City, which has championed the tiny home concept for the past 5 years and has been featured on CBS National News, Jenna and Hoda, and the Kelly Clarkson Show, to name a few. And now you're here with the nationally unknown, unsyndicated, not yet, the Ponce Show. Welcome, Shan.
So we've been doing the tiny home concept. We've been around for 51 years as a nonprofit in Oklahoma City, serving these youth. And we started our first tiny home concept that was the idea of a few builders in our community 5 years ago. And we've been building them out in phases. We currently, we have 28, and we're building 15 more right now. So by April, we're going to have 41 tiny homes for youth. And so what happened unintentionally was this concept kind of got picked up nationally through, we don't even really know how it caught momentum, but national news came, CBS did and ran a couple of stories, and it just got some momentum. And Jackson heard about us somehow. Was it social media? I don't even know.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. He's doing a little bit of stalking on Facebook. Okay, okay.
So right after a national story ran on us, and we didn't even know it ran, I got to work the next morning, and I had about 1,000 voicemails in 24 hours. And the very first one was Jackson. And his voice, you could hear it in his voice. So I didn't even listen to the rest. Well, I wasn't going to anyway, if I'm honest. He's going to listen to 1,000 voicemails. I'm like, just text me. But anyways, I got his voicemail, so I just picked up the phone and called him back. All he said is, I want to do this, and I'm in Georgia, Drumgold Family Initiatives, and I want to do this here, and I need to talk to you. So I got on the phone, and Jackson's a charismatic guy. In about 10 seconds, he said, can Joe and I fly down and meet you and see what you guys do? And I said, sure, come on down. I don't know. It was just a week or two later, you guys hopped on a flight and came down. In the short time between when I talked to him on the phone and when they actually came, I realized we had a stone rolling just gathering moss, and I didn't realize it. And I wasn't going to be able to call these people back. So what we did was I decided, with Jackson and Joe's help, we would decide what this looked like moving forward for encouraging other people around the country. So with their help, they were the very first ones. They flew out. We spent a full day together just walking around, talking. And with their help, we established a course that now we have taught over 700 planters for this vision all over the country, and 31 different states. And I'm going to say this proud and boldly, that this will be number 2. This is going to be, there were a lot of people we talked to that didn't have their C3s established yet, or were new to it. But the moment I met Jackson and Joe, I was like, oh, they've got this. They have the strategic vision, the expertise to do this, and it's just not a dream anymore. And so I said, whatever you need from now on, bring it on. So that's why I'm here. I said, when you guys get ready to launch this thing, I want to be there. I'll fly down. And I'll encourage you, and I'll write some grants if you need it. I'll do anything you need, because I want to see this work. So
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit more about what you do as well.
So Pivot, like I said, we've been around 51 years. So we started out in the mental health space, specifically for juveniles that were involved in the juvenile justice system. And so now we've grown. 4 years ago when I started at Pivot, I've been in inner city ministry most of my life, but 4 years ago when I started at Pivot, we had a staff of about 35, and we're getting closer to around 120 staff members now. That was 4 years ago. Wow. So we're in a period of rapid growth, and it's because of need. It really is. During COVID, kids that were on the fence, that were in a little bit of instability, then they were stuck in that instability, and it only got worse. So we're now seeing the outcome from that. And so at Pivot, we have 2 shelters. So we have a shelter for juveniles that are in foster care currently. We have a shelter for kids that have aged out that aren't quite ready to live on their own in foster care or in the tiny homes. And then we have our tiny homes. We have a counseling center, medical services, all on our 12.5-acre campus. But our newest project and I always have to plug this, is that when Jackson and Joe came, I was working on a project that I wasn't sure was going to happen yet, but it happened. So on September 1st, we launched our new jam and jelly company called Pivot Preserves, and it employs the kids that live in the tiny homes. So we had a problem, which was they were living in the tiny homes, and while we are close to a bus route, there's only a few places that they could work on the bus route. And so we said we need an opportunity while they're saving up to get a car for them to work on campus. So pivotpreserves.org, go order some jam. We have holiday gift baskets. But the kids created this jam concept. We went through all of our FDA approvals. In 2 weeks, we're opening our brand new manufacturing facility. We have a partnership.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Oh, you guys are jamming it up.
We are. We got a partnership with a big brunch company out of Oklahoma, and we're going to be producing all of their jams. We just launched holiday flavors a few weeks ago, so we added apple butter and cranberry jalapeno. But the kids produce it all. They go set up pop-ups. They've sewn little garlands to hang on our pop-ups at farmers markets. They've sewn little fruit stuffed animals, and they have so much ownership. When they talk about Pivot Preserves in the jam, they say, mine, it's mine.
That's
and so we're just growing like crazy, and I just want to see it everywhere else too.
I love that you're teaching them at this age entrepreneurship. That is amazing. Can you share some stories with us about the lives that you've seen change through this tiny home community?
Oh yeah, so many good stories. Holy cow, let me think about
Just
it.
two. We got about 2 stories. Now. Don't do 3.
I
Just
could do.
two
I could do
stories.
10.
Two
If you
stories.
guys want to sit here in the cold all night, I can
You're
go.
gonna have to leave my home soon.
There's so many success stories. I want to start by saying this. A lot of people think that this may not work, or what do you do when you put all this work in and they don't succeed and you're let down? That'll happen. And we were prepared for that when we started tiny homes, but it is proving to blow the statistics out of the water for what's really happening. One of the issues that the skeptics told us when we were fundraising for the tiny home community was, well, kids are just going to bring in drugs and fights and all those things, and you're going to be dealing with that all the time. No, they don't. Because for so many of them, the exact thing they said is this is the first time in their life they've ever felt safe living somewhere. They sleep better than they've ever slept. They go outside on their porches and spend time with their neighbors and are not worried about their safety. And they don't want anybody to mess that up for them, and they won't let anybody do it. So if a kid starts bringing in anything, they will tattle on them in 10 minutes. So in 5 years, we've had 2 kids that have left that were they didn't even get kicked out. We just transitioned them out earlier than they wanted to. But that's it. We've had no problems because this is their home and they're not going to mess it up. So I want to start by saying that. The skepticism is real, but we have 5 years of data that says that skepticism was wrong. And we had it too. We were prepared for the worst. I could tell a lot of success stories. I'll tell 2 quick ones. One is we had a girl that just recently, she lived in our shelter when she was in Child Protective Services custody and knew she was a teenager when she came in, which we all know they're probably not going to get picked up into foster care at that point. So she knew she was going to age out of our shelter. And it used to be before we had the tiny homes, the kids that were about to age out, they would start to act up when they'd get close to 18 because they knew the day was coming when their stability was about to be gone. And but once we started pouring the pads and they saw them getting framed in, all of a sudden it was like, I'm going to earn myself a tiny home when I age out at 18. So she did. She worked hard. And when she turned 18, she transitioned into tiny homes. And she is our shortest stay ever because she only stayed 4 months because in August we moved her into the dorms at Oklahoma State University to start her freshman year of college. So that's the plan. That's the dream, right? That's what we want to see. And then we've had several I know this is a military town. We've had several that have transitioned into the military out of the tiny homes, and it has been a phenomenal transition for them. Because a lot of times when they transition out, they're scared because their stability's gone, and now they got to do it on their own. And the military has, we've had all different branches come in, recruit, but they've come in and helped them transition into something that's going to give them more stability long term. And lastly, I'll say this: when we built the tiny homes, we went by code, and we built 2 ADA homes in our 26. Our next 15 are all going to be ADA homes. Because here's what we learned: we had a kid a few weeks ago, and I won't share too many details since this is on social media, and I do want to respect privacy. But grew up in the system his entire life. Was born with spina bifida. Had foot issues from being born with club feet, and he at 18 he was about to age out. A home called us to take him and wanted to know if he could get into the tiny homes, and we didn't know his medical condition, so we went out to the group home to see him and helped him with some medical care, and a couple days later he had both his feet amputated. This was just a month or two ago. And but we moved him in a few weeks ago, and the community that has come around him, that has bought him a robotic wheelchair that looks like a car for him to zip around campus, the ways he has independence to live on his own while he waits for prosthetics, and just the community, the medical community that surrounded him and given him support while he lives in our tiny home community is pretty phenomenal. So not all the stories are happy, joy. You want me to switch for a sec? Not all the stories are super, they can be sad, but there is victory in every kid's success, whatever that looks like. And I get to see it every day, so I don't get bogged down in the sad stories. A lot of my friends say, I can't believe you can do this every day. It's got to be hard. It's hard, but we celebrate all the victories and the lives changed and the kids whose lives are changed. And I'm just lucky I get to witness it every day, to be honest.
Thank you so much.
Switch back.
Switch back. What have people in the Oklahoma City community done to help pivot, and how do you bridge builder community moving forward?
Is this working again? We'll see. There we go. I always tell people, you've got time, you've got treasure, and you've got talents. Those are the 3 ways you can help. So the goal is always, obviously it takes money to pay staff. It takes money for brick and mortar. It takes money to keep the lights on. And people, there are bleeding hearts out there that want to write a check, and they just don't have the capacity sustainable. And then I said, we have a quilting club that makes homemade quilts, so every kid gets one when they move out. We've got people that, when they come to me and they say, how can I volunteer? I say, for a living. What do you do for a living, and what do you enjoy? Because quite often I can plug that in somewhere. So I always start with that with people. But the other thing is, it does take money. It does. And it also just takes people championing the cause. Some of our biggest funders that have come out of nowhere when we were concerned about being able to sustain long term have come because they just ran into the person at the right place at the right time, and that's God. That's what that is. And so when I came down here and I was talking to Jackson and Joe, and when you're in the beginnings of infancy of a nonprofit, it's scary, right? Because people don't know you yet and they don't trust you yet, so they hesitate to open their pockets to you. And they're facing that, right? And like Augusta has a lot of amazing nonprofits that people can give to. But I said, first of all, this is going to happen. The scale to which this will happen will be dependent on how much money you raise, right? This is going to happen. And because once you're called to something, it's amazing what God will do when you are called to something. And so I said, get rid of the anxiety about this, because it will be. It's going to be. You've already laid the groundwork. And I'm going to do everything I can to help. But then I also challenged this, and I said, I don't know these people here tonight. I ask for money for a living. That's what I do. So last year we raised about $11 million for Pivot. And so I'm not scared. What's the worst people are going to say no? So here's what I told Jackson. I said, he said, you don't, get on a mic and ask for money. I said, oh, I do all the time. That's what I do is ask for money. I said, the goal tonight, yeah, you can have a number figure, which is, it's a big number. So the goal tonight is 100% participation. That's what this is. That means every person here tonight participates in some way. So if you can't write a check tonight, that means when you leave here, you find a friend that can write a check. Or that means when you leave here, you go to your quilting club and you say, we're making quilts now because that's what God called me to do to help. But the goal tonight is 100% participation. So nobody gets out of here without deciding before you leave here what you're going to do. You don't get to leave and never talk about bridge builders again. You decide tonight what that's going to be. Whether that's a monthly, we have donors that give $15 a month, which is a total of $180 a year. We call it our 180 collective. So Pivot, 360, 180, you get all that. All the math of that. But our 180 collective, and that's $15 a month. We tell people, put down a few coffees for the month and give $15 a month. That's possible.
Yeah, that's exactly what we need to do.
Yeah, but you're not getting rid of coffee.
I'm going to give, but I'm not getting rid of my coffee.
So I tell them the goal is 100% participation. Whatever you feel led to do, whatever the time, treasure, or talents you have, that's the goal.
Oh, I love it. Can I get one person tonight to commit to giving $15 a month for the next year? Just one person.
Oh, I'll do it.
Okay, we got one over here.
Okay,
okay, we got one. Do we have one more? Just one more, and I won't beg no more. Just one more person. $15 a month. Oh, we got two. Oh, come. We got one. We got two. We got three. Okay, where's my ushers? Where's my ushers? Okay, I forgot I'm not at church. Okay, but we got three people. Thank you so much. That's what I'm talking about. You may not be able to give at the $100 level. You may not be able to give at the $200 level a month, but give where you're at. And as you give, you'll be amazing how God increases you. So thank you so much to Deacon over here and our two wonderful women who have already pledged to give $15 a month. You always beg for money and get it. That was easy. I love that. I love
People
that.
are like, don't invite her. She asks for money. I'm like, that's
absolutely.
Okay.
What is
our okay?
Absolutely, Jackson. What is our goal for tonight in terms of the amount of money we want to raise through donations?
100% participation.
100% participation. $250,000 in 100% participation.
Amen. That's it.
I'm putting a dollar amount, $250,000, and we can do that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Shandy.
It's been great. Thank you for having me. I'm excited. I'm like, when you guys start building, I'll come back. I mean, I'm hoping it'll be like for golf reasons. I'm not gonna lie. But I want to come back. I want to see this work, and I want to see them go encourage other people around the country that are doing this too. And 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, I just want to see tiny home communities with age out kids all over the country. It's changed. So.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Shandy, for being with us. We appreciate your hard work and being a champion for this cause. And anytime you want to come back to my home, you just let me know. Thank you so much, Shandy. We appreciate you.
Give her a round of applause again, please. Thanks so much.
Doc Jackson, let's switch mics. Okay.
We would like to again highlight our sponsors for this evening: Scania's BBQ, AB Beverage, Portable Services of Augusta, Giddy Up Party Trailer and Laura Fuller, The Pinup Photographer, Quality Printing of North Augusta, Tractor Supply of Augusta, Recurring Marketing, Augusta Tent Rentals, and Crystal Fair. Please give a round of applause for our sponsors tonight.
All right, so now we're going to a couple of buddies of mine to come up. Yeah, couple. I'm telling you, these guys here have the head, the heart, and the hands for the work, and they are doing it right now. They're living this dream right now in the foster care space. I'm going to ask Luke Nade and my brother Kenny Hanna of the Lord's Chicken Factory to come up and talk a little bit, share the story.
Hi, Kenny and Luke. Hey, how are you?
How are you?
Do it. Here's your mic. Is it on? Say hello. Bless his heart. Say hello one more time. He's so excited about this cause he don't even know how to turn the mic on. You got it? Wait, I know you got nervous because you're sitting next to Jesus Chick-fil-A. Okay, there we go.
There we go. Now I got a voice.
Tell us about your role with the Bridge Builder communities. And we'll start with Jesus.
So, quick story. My name is Kenny Hanna. I'm the owner of the Chick-fil-A in the Guest Exchange. Back in October of 21, I came home from the store. My wife said, "Hey, I feel like the Lord's leading us to be a foster parents." And I thought to myself, well, it's not my place to get in the way of the Lord, so let's do it. And then, so we proceeded to get our foster care license, and we became foster care parents in March of 2022. Wow. And we got our first placements in May of 2022. And a little baby girl, 4-month-old, came to us, 4-month-old, excuse me, and a little boy came to us at 4 years old. We had them for a year and 3 weeks. They went home this June. I met Jackson. I received a text from a good friend, Jamie Fielder, back in February. And he asked me if I would meet with Jackson. And Jackson came to my store, my good friend Bobby here, and Jackson and another gentleman, I can't remember his name. We sat down and talked about bridge builders. And when I got done listening to Jackson's talk about it, I really wanted to run through the playground window there. I was really excited about the opportunity to and what they were going to do and his vision. And I did tell Jackson that day, hey, we will hire every person that comes through that tiny homes community to give them the opportunity to work with us. And so after meeting Jackson and having that conversation with him, went through the process of the fostering and stuff, and the ups and downs of fostering. I would say this about foster care: it's the most selfless, rewarding thing I've ever done. There's nothing in it for us. It's all about those kids. And when I heard Jackson talk about tiny homes and the opportunity he would give them, we recently had an opportunity to share with a business in our shopping center, and I told them it's really not about the house, it's really not about the food, it's really not about the skills, it's about the relationship that they will get alongside with you. And our kids, what I learned with our kids is, yes, they love the food, yes, they love being in the house and everything, but they really wanted a relationship. So what I'm excited about as bridge builders is not only the opportunity for them when they come out of the foster care system and they, get the opportunity to go into these tiny homes and learn the skills, but the relationships they would build. Because we will believe in them. We believe that they can make a difference. We believe that it's not their fault they came from the circumstances they're in, It's an opportunity to give them a chance. My wife, April, she's already agreed to mentor some of the young ladies that come through there. She wants to be a part of it. So we're sold on this, and we're right. There's a lot of great organizations in the Augusta area, but I'm a firm believer if this gets off the ground, I do believe it'll get going, and it will make a huge impact in our area. So I'm just thankful to be a part of it. There's a lot you can do with a chicken sandwich.
Yes,
and help
absolutely.
Foster, help this bridge builder. So we're excited to be here.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that. And let me know if you have another employment opportunity as well. We'll talk later. We'll talk offline. So, Luke, talk to us about your involvement with the Bridge Builder community, and why should people get involved with this as well?
Yeah, so I have a really interesting story on how I got involved with Bridge Builders. My assistant was getting her nails done, and she was sitting next to Penny, and somehow another Penny was talking about Bridge Builders, and she said, well, you should meet with my boss. And the next day, I think Penny and Jackson were in my office talking about Bridge Builders, and I said, they said, will you be on our board? And I said, man, y'all just go ahead and hit for the juggler to start with. And I thought about it for a couple of days, prayed about it, and I said, yeah, I'd love to join what you guys are doing, because I believe that what you guys are doing is one of the most important things that we can do for our city. I'm a pastor at First Pres, and I've been there for 20 years now. Not as a pastor, but I've been at the church for 20 years. And for the past 7 years, me and my wife have been foster parents. We've had 6 different kiddos in our house during that time. And one thing that was true about every foster kid that's been in our house is all of their parents were in foster care too. And I think one thing I begin to realize is that this is a cyclical thing. It begins to happen. Part of my ministry as a pastor is I get to hang out with homeless people, and I get to be a part of the homeless task force in Richmond County. So I personally have a relationship with probably, 100 or 150 of our homeless people in town. And one of the most common things I learn about them, particularly the ones who've spent time incarcerated, is they've also been a part of the foster care system. So when Jackson started talking about aging out and helping kids who are aging out, I immediately wanted to be a part of it because I've seen the problem on both sides. I've seen the problem from the kiddos who've been in our house as parents who didn't get the help they needed, and I've seen it in helping people on the street. And as Jackson shared earlier, about 73% of those women are going to get pregnant in the first 2 years, and about 75% of those men are going to get incarcerated. And as Augusta citizens, I just want you guys to know, if for every person that we incarcerate, it's costing us as taxpayers about $1 million. For every person who ages out of the system and gets pregnant and has a kid that goes back into the system, it's going to cost us $1 million. So my challenge is, why don't we get on the front side of this? Instead of investing $1 million in tax dollars to perpetuate a problem, why would we not get in front of it and give people a hope and a future? That sounds like a much better plan to me. So I wanted to, be a part of the Bridge Builders and challenge other people within our community to say, I want to give people a hope. I want to give them a future. I want to give them an opportunity to be the productive citizen that God made them to be, and not to be a part of a system and a cycle that's perpetuating death.
So heartwarming, and I feel like everybody that's involved, it's almost like your purpose. It's almost like now we're on a mission collectively to transform the lives, but we have to do it together. When I think about the Bridge Builder community, the board members, you guys are definitely competing with Girl Scouts. You're on the grounds. You're on the grounds. I see you everywhere at this point. And we're going to continue this effort until everyone in the CSRA knows about the Bridge Builder Community Initiative, because I agree with the statistics and I know that they are true. And we definitely want to be on the side of being more preventative, more so than reactive. So thank you so much for the work that you're doing. And I am so excited to partner with you. And we're going to now segue to our next. Okay, we're going to segue and listen. Have you guys been enjoying yourself this evening? So the night is not over. You still have time to give. Please, please, please. There are no donations that are too small. You can give $1, $5. There is no donation that is too small or too large. But please visit. Absolutely. So please visit our website, bridgebuilderscommunity.org, so you can find out more about this initiative and get behind it. You may not be able to give monetarily, but you can still give of your time and also of your services and or products. So thank you so much. You guys, are you guys ready to hear some great music? Are you guys ready to hear some great music? Okay, so I'm thinking about, should I do my single tonight? Yeah, there's not a single that will be coming from me. However, we're going to lighten the mood a little bit, and we're going to hear from Josh Hillary with the Country Music Entertainment. He is going to be rocking and jamming. Make sure you get your jam preserves online as well. But Josh, let me know if you need me to do backup. Other than that, I'm going to be in front of you. Buddy, take it away, Josh. E flat, A sharp. Do what you do.